What's going on, Gemini? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of December 21st through the 27th of 2020. It's a huge week. This is not even just it is by no means a normal week. And this week is honestly something that's going to hold energy in your life for the next 20 years with this Jupiter-Saturn that I'm sure you're well aware of. So let's jump into the chart, Gemini. We got the Jupiter-Saturn happening in your 9th house. Definitely a big deal. I would say it's already a new story, new energy vibe, but coming into your 9th house, this is switching up the whole story, the whole belief system. It's really rewriting everything that maybe you thought you believed in over the last 20 years. Like all of a sudden things are going to start shifting and changing in your life. And that's what it's all about, really, but it's going to teach you so much. Like there's a lot to learn, I think, and even if and you could be at a point too where you've already learned a lot, and maybe it's about expressing and teaching that. So there's definitely some of that Sagittarian kind of Jupiterian energy of like all the wisdom that you've gained, being able to use that to write new stories and to share it and to let people, let people hear what you have to say and to hear your story. And maybe that's what it's about more than anything. But it's definitely a good time, especially with this energy really, coming over to your ascendant if you're a rising in Gemini, or even coming over and trining your planets in Gemini. If you're a Gemini sun, you maybe have your Mercury or your Venus close by. So it's good. I'm pretty excited for Geminis. I think this is where like really big new doors open up in your life, where you had the last cycle in Taurus in your 12th house. So you're kind of like closing, those doors to like kind of realizing like there's something bigger at play and how to trust that and how to like come to a balance and a harmony within, knowing the unknown, but bringing it to reality. And now it's like maybe you have a chance to really express and share that wisdom in a big way. So big 20 years ahead. And maybe the Geminis will end up being some of the biggest teachers out there when it comes to just understanding this air energy of like the intellect and getting information out there and taking in information. So I like this time for Geminis a lot. We do have the Sun and Mercury. They're going to be in your 8th house now in Capricorn. And it is going to square the Moon and Chiron this week. Mercury's going to square too. So I would say with Chiron in your 11th house, it's definitely bringing up like making sure that like the new stories that you write or the wisdom that you're coming out, like make sure that they connect to the right people. It's like you don't want to just you can't just put I don't want to say you can't put the truth out there to everyone, but there's something about the 9th house, right? That it's not just trying to like drill in like a hard religious belief. It wants to put the information out there. This is like the evolved 9th house. It wants to put the information out there in a way that people can take it or leave it. And I think that it's just going to come down to like you're going to want to connect with people that take in the wisdom. And if they don't, then they're not, part of the long-term investment with the Sun and Mercury in the 8th house. And it's like you're going to know it with Mercury in your mind there. So you have to just be willing to detach from certain people that don't want to, go into the new story with you and kind of like really connect to the ones that do. And there could be wounds there when it comes to dealing with friends that you love. And like there's nothing wrong with loving people. And it's like if they don't want to go on the story, you kind of just have to make sure that you're writing the story that you want to live, because it's making such good aspects to your ascendant, to your Sun or Mercury or Venus. Like this is your story, and it's like, how do you want to tell your story? How do you want to express it? And you don't want to hold your truth back and hold like your views of the future back, because certain people in life might not, want to resonate with it. Like that's fine. They don't have to resonate with them. You don't have to force them to resonate with it. But you're going to find people are going to actually probably be some of the best things of healing that come into your life, especially with this Aquarius energy. Like people are going to start coming into our lives that are going to connect with and are going to take us into a future and bring out this hope, right? Mars too in your 11th house, squaring Pluto in your 8th house. yeah, it's more of that energy of like taking action for what's going to bring you the electricity and the hope in life. And it's going to connect with your soul, and you're going to know deep down within you what's right and what's not. And it's like the action and the courage to step away from things or people that aren't going in the new futuristic way, and going with the story that you want to write. So there's definitely some of that energy of like break away, especially with the 8th and the 11th house. Like it's definitely detach, disconnect. What isn't of soul desires, what isn't going to take you into the future you want in life, and you have to be willing to do that. And Neptune squaring the nodes from your 10th house, like you're trying to get the messages from spirit that's going to take you to the top of the mountain, but are you going to, kind of with that south node in your 7th house, are you going to get lost with people that don't share the opinions of you, or are you going to do it from your own way? Are you going to, take in all that information that's going to make your life better and empower you? That's where it's at. Especially with all this Aquarius energy is going to start squaring Uranus in your 12th house. Like you're going to get the most out of this world visions of what you need to change in life and go on the new story that's going to make you feel aligned. And it's like, if you're not willing to listen to those stories to take you to the top of your own mountain and to do things from a new explorative place in life, and make life kind of the experiment that you want it to be, Uranus might shake things up and bring some like weird things in, like escaping in some crazy fashion. So it's definitely a time to, I would say this, go after the hopes, the ideals, the beliefs, and the dreams that connect with you on a very deep level, and make sure that like people aren't swaying you from the story that you want to write for yourself. Especially with Venus now in Sagittarius in your 7th house, the right people are going to make you feel so good in life. And when you connect with them, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it on a deep level. And I think that that's very important, is to make sure that like there is a balance, and that people are willing to go into this new story with you, and not hold you back from it, because that would be the worst thing, is to have some beautiful story that you can feel within you that needs to just start being written and start being expressed and explored, and just not going towards it or not writing it because there's dead weight holding on. Yeah, the 5 of Cups reversed. So I would say that like you're definitely ready inside to go on the new journey, and like maybe there has been issues with people in your life already that aren't feeling the same way, and I would say that like there can be apathy in there, and you don't want to feel apathy. And I think that this card reversed is saying that you're done with that, and you're really ready to go after the story you want to write and explore that. So don't feel down on yourself because other people are putting you in that space. Like other people are important and they're great mirrors, but you're going to connect with the ones that want to really like build the new future with you. Those are the ones you want to focus on. I love you very much, Gemini. I wish you the best, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.